Okay, last video. All right, so we just need to work through this question, okay? So we have a reaction that we've already studied before, okay? Which means we know what the K of this is, right? Because we're looking at it at the same temperature as we've looked at it before. So we know that the K of this guy is 50.5. But what they're telling you is we don't know where we are in this reaction, right? So it's asking you to calculate Q, okay? So if we start with 2 times 10 to the negative second moles of product and 1 times 10 to the negative second moles of hydrogen, which is one of your reactants, and 3 times 10 to the negative second moles of iodine, which is another one of your reactants, in a 2-liter container, what's the value of K? Or sorry, what's the value of Q? Yes, what's the value of Q? All right, so let's look at our handy dandy piece of paper here. All right, so Q is the exact same setup as K. So Q is going to be the concentration of HI squared divided by the concentration of H2 divided by the concentration of I2. Okay, now we can't just directly plug in our values, and the reason for that is they gave us moles and they told us that we were in a 2-liter vessel. Remember, molarity equals moles divided by liters. And if we're dividing everything by 2 liters, then every single one of the moles that you see, to turn that into molarity, you have to divide it by 2, right? So for HI, this is going to be 2 times 10 to the negative second moles divided by 2 liters squared. For H2, it's going to be 1 times 10 to the negative second moles divided by 2 liters. We also need to divide by I2, which is going to be 3 times 10 to the negative 2 moles divided by 2 liters, right? So you may want to just do your concentrations first, which we can do that. So if I say 2e to the negative 2 divided by 2, I get that this is 0.01 squared, right? Let's do the other guys. So 1e to the negative 2 divided by 2, this is going to be 0.005. And then 3e to the negative 2 divided by 2 is going to be 0.015. All right. Then all we need to do is put that in our calculator. So 0.01 squared divided by 0.005 divided by 0.015. And we get, or I got, 1.33. All right. So Q is equal to 1.33 or 1.3 if we're going according to sig figs, right? So how does Q relate to K? Q is smaller than K. And if we go back to our piece of paper, if Q, C, is smaller than KC, and remember that Q and K equal the concentration of products over reactants, then you're going to have more here if it's small, right? You're going to have more here if it's large. Okay? All right. So if we're going from small to big, then we're going from reactants to products. So this should proceed in the forward direction, or to the right, or to the production of products. There's a lot of ways to say the same thing here. Okay? But that's it. That's it for today's video. I'm sorry there are so many videos today, but I thought that this would be easier to just sort of break it up. I know I don't like big videos. And I will let you see some kitties before I send you off. So here's one sleeping kitty. Aw. Hi, Luna. All right. And then here's our other sleeping kitty. This is the big one that you very rarely get to see because she's kind of mean and not super friendly. Except for she's being friendly now. Oh, how cute. All right. So there's your kitties. And I will see you guys next lecture on Friday.